Now we go to Act 1, Scene 2. So it's in the beginning of the scene is given. It's an important actor. I mean important scene. All scenes are important. Opening scene also is very very important. And the scene 2 is important because this sets the story moving, sets the story going. So it is very important, and it gives in just the background. And this is one of the longest scenes. You have two scenes which are very long. One is this. So in the beginning itself, you are told that it has got three parts. First part is Prospero's tale to Miranda. Tale is story. Prospero's story to Miranda. Second one is introducing Ariel and Caliban. These are that strange beings. Ariel is a spirit who is helping Prospero. Caliban is kind of slave who is working for Prospero, who is very impolite and beastly like. He looks like an animal and behaves like an animal. Very interesting characters we will come to know. Then the third one is initial meeting of Ferdinand and Miranda. What is the meaning of initial? Initial means initial stage means starting stage. Initial meeting means first meeting. First meeting of Ferdinand and Miranda. How did they? Love at first sight. How did they meet for the first time? So these are the three parts. So now we'll be starting with the first one. So the main characters, of course, these are the main characters here. Prospero, Miranda, Ariel, Caliban, Ferdinand. So these are the main characters in the scene. There are some who are not so much present but mentioned, like Antonio, Gonzalo, Sebastian. All of them, their names will be coming, but then they are not very much part of it in the sense they have little role to play. These are the major characters in scene 2 of Act 1. So first we shall take up Prospero's tale to Miranda. Scene 2, the island before Prospero's cell. Enter Prospero and Miranda. So Prospero is living in a cell. What is the meaning of cell? Cell is a small dwelling. Dwell, D-W-E-L-L, dwelling. Dwell means to live, to dwell, to live. So dwelling place. Dwelling place would be living place. Dwelling place will be living place. So a cell is a small dwelling place. So Prospero is living in a cell on an island. The island before Prospero's cell, enter Prospero and Miranda. So you need to pay attention because it looks very simple. Looks very simple, but this is not. Some of the things, there is a lot of hidden meanings, or it is conveying different things. So you have to pay attention. Okay. Miranda, if by your art, my dearest father, you have put the wild waters in this store and laid them. So what is the background? Background is Miranda has witnessed the storm, the tempest. Miranda has witnessed, means she has seen, she has heard the roar of the sea, she heard the cry of the people, and she has seen the ship wrecking. ship is getting destroyed. That is the background. So she is very much moved emotionally. She is very much troubled, worried. So she is coming to the father and talking to him. That is the background. If you know the background, then you'll follow it easily. If by your art, Miranda is telling Prospero, her daddy, her father, if by your art, my dearest father, you have put the wild waters in this roar, allay them. If by your art means magic, if by your magic, my dearest father, you have put the wild waters in this roar. We have already seen in the first scene, roarers. Botswain is speaking about when the sea is, when he is asking to be patient, he says, when the sea is patient, I will be patient. Hence, what chaos these roarers? Roarers means winds and waves. Here it is, in this roar means wind and waves. My dearest father, you have put the wild waters in this roar. That is the wind and the waves. That's the tempest. Allay them. If it's you, please allay them, subside them. You have made the waves to rise so high. You have made the wind to blow. If it is you who have done it with your magical ability, please subside them, reduce them, bring them down. That's a request of Miranda. Now she is explaining more. What kind of a wind, what kind of a situation it was, or the fierceness, the frightening aspect of the storm is being explained by Miranda to her father. The sky, it seems, should pour down stinking pitch. The sky, it seems, should pour down stinking pitch, but that the sea, mounting to the welkin's cheek, dashes the fire out. It's high poetry, high thinking. So, what is tempest? We have already seen the tempest. Tempest means all the things, that is the wind, the waves, the chaos created because of that, the desperation of the people, everything put together is the tempest. So now she says, when the tempest is taking place, what she witnessed was there's a lot of lightning and thunder. Thunder and lightning. When there is thunder and lightning, you know, physics students, you know what is thunder and what is lightning. There's a whole lot of fire, whole lot of light. So it is imagined that there is a huge firework going on in the sky. That's why there is lightning and thundering coming from there. So now what happened? The waves are rising so high. How much it rises? It rose so much that it touched the skies. Can the sea waves touch the sky? That's it. That's why I said highly imaginable. So there is fire. And fire, what is it giving out? Stinking pitch. Stinking pitch. The meaning is given there. Stinking means foul smelling. Pitch is a tar-like substance. So from the sky, as a result of melting, a tar-like substance is being poured out. Now who is putting it off? The waves. The waves of the sea has risen up to the sky and put it off. Beautiful. The sky, it seems, would pour down stinking pitch, but that the sea, mounting to the welkin's cheek. Welkin's cheek is the sky. Welkin's cheek dashes the fire out. Dashes out means knock out. Knock out. Knocks the fire out. Oh, I have suffered. That's one idea. That is explaining about the tempest. Now she says about her feelings. When she saw it, when she witnessed this event, How did she feel? What is her innermost feelings? That's what she's going to share. Oh, I have suffered with those that I so suffer. Beautiful sentence, important sentence. You must mark it. Why? Because it is revealing the character of Miranda. If you are asked to write an essay on the character of Miranda, then you'll have to use it. I have suffered with those that I so suffer. That means I have seen people suffering. That has made me to suffer means I was pained, my heart was pained, I was moved, I felt so sad. Speaks about the kind heartedness of Miranda. A loving heart who cared for even the strangers. She doesn't even know who they are. In spite of that, she felt so bad about it. I have suffered with those that I so suffer. A brave vessel. A brave vessel. Vessel is speaking about the ship. Vessel is ship. Brave meaning is given there. Brave means splendid, splendid, or magnificent. Any word you can use. Splendid or magnificent. A splendid vessel who had no doubt some noble creatures in her. The ship was a wonderful ship, excellent one. I suppose some noble creature in her, who had no doubt some noble creature in her. Noble means, here is meaning someone of very high quality, royal, eminent personalities. The ship was so elegant, so magnificent. And Miranda is concluding that there would have been very important people traveling in that. Who had no doubt some noble creatures in her. In her means, her is mentioned here means ship. Normally ship is referred to as a female. So in her means in the ship. Dashed all to pieces. Such a magnificent ship was dashed to pieces. It was completely wrecked. W-R-E-C-K. Completely wrecked. Oh, the cry did knock against my very heart. The cry, here the cry is a dying shout. It's not given there, you can note it down. Here, cry is a dying shout. D-Y-I-N-G, dying shout. When they were about to die, they shout. In Act 1, Scene 1, we have heard the cry. Can anybody tell me what was that cry? Do anybody can tell me? Just lift your hand. Let me see whether you are following. You heard the cry. We studied that. Can anybody recollect what was that cry? Just raise your hand. Nobody? In Act 1, Scene 1, towards the end. Okay, somebody is looking. Let me see. Akshit Kumar. Okay.
Sir, to encourage the persons who are, sir, to encourage the sailors.
No. I am saying dying cry. D-Y-N-G. Die means what?
Sir, die means
How do you say in
die.
Hindi? What do you say to die?
Sir, marna.
Marna. The time of death, they are panicky. They don't know what. They will make some noise or they will say something, shout something. So in Act 1, Scene 1, we have seen how they were crying. What he said is not correct. Somebody else? You can mute yourself. Anybody else? That means you're not reading the test, not paying attention. When the ship was perishing, what did they shout? Why are you not able to recollect? You are at page number 27. Look into page number 26, verses 60. Now at least can you tell me verses 60 onwards? Can anybody tell me? Yes. Okay. Aditya.
Mercy on us.
Ah, very good. Very good. That's all. Mercy on us. Be split, be split. Farewell, my wife and children. Farewell, brother. Be split, be split, be split. Let us sing. Okay, that's a thing. That's a cry, dying cry. They're about to die, so they are shouting. Okay, good. You must pay attention, more attention. You are not paying attention. Okay, right, good. So Miranda says, when I heard the dying cry, dying shouts of theirs, the cry did knock against my very heart. What she is saying, when I heard them cry, their cry has pained my heart. When I heard their crying, who's crying? The people who were in the ship that was wrecked, that was destroyed, when they cried the death shouting, when they shouted just before they were dying, that shout has pained my heart. A brave vessel, sorry, the cry did knock against my very heart. Poor souls, they perished. Poor souls. Here, poor souls is meant by the people who were on board the ship. People who were on board the ship. Poor souls, they perished. Perished means they were completely destroyed. Had I been any God, so that is a thing what how she has been affected. Now she is speaking about what would have been her reaction if she had more powers than a human being. She was helpless. She only saw the ship being wrecked. She only heard the effect of the tempest. She saw the ship going down and people drowning. But she was helpless. She is now trying to say, if I had more powers than that of the human beings, what I would have done. Verses 10 onwards. Had I been any god of power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth, or ere issued the good ship, so have swallowed, and the floating souls within her. Okay, this is a little difficult to understand. First, you understand the meanings. Floating souls means persons on board the ship. Persons on board the ship is called floating. Floating people. Floating souls are people on board the ship. Sing, you know, yesterday, last day explained, otherwise also you know it. S-I-N-G, sing, past tense is sung. Sing means going down of objects or things. That is a singing. If a person goes down, it's called drowning. You should know the difference. If a thing goes down the water, it's called sink. For example, a ship sinks. But what happens to a person? A person drowns. So for people, you should not say that people were sunk. No. Normally we don't use. Sometimes in the poetry we use, but then normally it is a person died drowning. People die drowning, not singing. Ship sing. Okay. Yer means before. Swallow means you know. Swallow, engulf, swallow. Right. Had I been a god of power? What is the meaning of had I been? Had I been? So you must know that expression. Had I been means if I were. If I were, that's the meaning. Had I been Means if I were, had I been any god, if I were a god. I'm not. I'm not. I'm only a human being. If I were a god, I wish that I were a god. Had I been a god of power, power means a god who has got authority, who has got power, I would have sung, I would have devoured or swallowed the sea within the earth. That or will confuse. You leave that or. Earth before it should, the good ship so have swallowed and the floating souls within her. Very simple. The sea has swallowed the ship. It's a very symbolic way of expressing. The ship has sung. The ship has sunk into the bottom of the sea. The sinking of the ship is said as swallowing. The sea has swallowed the ship. Sea is so deep, very very deep, fathomless. So what happens? The sea engulfs or swallows many ships. Many ships. So this sea has swallowed the ship. When it swallowed the ship, did it swallow the people inside it? Obviously. So the ship swallowed not only the ship, but also people on board the ship. You understood now this much? Now Miranda is saying, if I were a god of power, even before the ship, he could swallow the ship and the people, I would have swallowed the sea underneath to the underneath of the earth. We follow something? I would have made the sea to go down the earth so that the sea would not swallow the ship and the people in it. I think it's clear. Just lift your hand if you understood. Some of you, just raise your hand if you understood. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you. I'll go to next. So it shows two things. One is the helplessness of Miranda. Miranda wanted to help them, but she was not able to help them. Secondly, it shows the kind-heartedness of Miranda. She was very much moved by the sight and she really wished to help them. This is also part of Miranda's good character. Okay. Now Miranda has expressed her grievances, starting with saying, Father, if it is you who caused this tempest, all these troubles, with your magical ability, please reduce it, subside it, bring it down. Then she explains all that happened to her, all that happened to the people, all that happened to her, all that happened within her. Now Prospero is responding. What did Prospero say? Be collected. Collected means cool. Be cool. Be calm. Don't worry. Don't worry. No more amazement. Amazement here meaning is alarm. A-L-A-R-M. So that's the meaning of alarm. No alarm, no worry. You need not worry. There's no trouble, no fear. You need not fear. Be cool. Tell your piteous heart there is no harm done. Tell your piteous heart. Piteous heart is a heart which is compassionate. A heart which is compassionate. Compassion. Compassion. that which has a feeling for the other, a heart which feels for the other. That's compassion. There is no harm done, no reason to be upset. There is no harm done. You must note down that is not given there. If you don't understand that, you will not follow. There is no harm done. You write it there. You write with pen to pen in your book. Use your own book. There is no problem. There is no harm done means there is no reason to be upset. Write that, then only you'll follow. No reason to be upset. So there is no need to worry. Nothing has happened. Okay? So tell your compassionate heart, no reason to be upset. That's what Prospero is telling Miranda. Miranda, oh, next page, page number 28. Miranda, oh, woe the day. Woe the day. W-O-E. Woe means awful day. Awful day. Oh day means awful day. That is a day characterized by sorrow or misery. A day characterized by sorrow or misery. A miserable day, you can say, a miserable day or a sorrowful day. So, the day means what a miserable day, what a sorrowful day. That's what Miranda is saying about the day. What is that day? The day that the ship wrecked. Prospero. No harm is done. Don't worry. I have done nothing but in care of thee, oh thee, my dear one, thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, nor that I am more better than Prospero, master of a full poor cell, and thy no greater father. It's a simple thing, but it's a bit complicated because of using the language. Old English is used. Some of you may get confused. Very simple thing, I will explain. So Prospero says, no harm is done. Sania, is there Sania? Just raise your hand. Sania? Not there? Okay. Just unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Please take a screenshot of the people who are present. Every day in my class, please take the screenshot and send to me. Okay? You do
Sir,
me
all participants.
participants. All the participants just take
Okay,
a
sir.
screenshot. Because I want to know who are all attending the class and who are not coming. People cannot just
Okay, sir.
take things for granted and come and write the exam and score marks. I want to know who are all present. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, you do it every day. Even if I am, my class is not there also. No problem. Every day you send it to me some time or other. Okay. Thank you. So Prospero says, no harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee. Everything I have done is for you. That's the meaning of it. I have done nothing but in care of thee means everything I have done is for you. Please note it down. Everything I have done is for you. Everything I have done is for you. That's what Prospero is trying to say. For thee, my dear one, or thee means you, or you, my dear one, that is Prospero's daughter, Miranda. Thee, you, my daughter. So simply saying, you, my daughter, my dear one, who art ignorant of what thou art. Who is ignorant of what thou art? Ignorant of what you are or who you are. Of what thou art meaning what you are or who you are. You can write it somewhere there on the top. What you are or who you are. You are ignorant of what you are or who you are. You don't know who you are. Not knowing of whence I am. Not meaning is given there. Not means, not knowing means you know nothing of whence I am. That is where I am coming from. Whence I am means from where I am coming. Where I am coming from or from where I am coming, you do not know. Nor what I am more better than Prospero. You know me only as Prospero, but you do not know me actually who I am. From where I am coming, you do not know. Master of a full poor cell and thy no greater father. The meaning is given there. Thy father who has no other greatness other than that he wants a very humble dwelling. Cell is a dwelling place. Here, full poor cell means extremely poor cell, extremely poor dwelling place. That is to say, what does Miranda now as it is before Prospero tells here the story? Miranda knows that Prospero is her daddy. He is owning a cell. He is living in a cell. Only that much. Only that much Miranda knows. So he is telling Miranda, you do not know who you are, what you are. You do not know me also. Actually, who am I? Where am I coming from? I am not actually the one you think. You are thinking that I am a poor father. A father who has no property, who has got only a poor cell. But actually, it is not the so. I am somebody else. That means you do not know much about you and about me. So, how can we put it together? All that whole paragraph, what Prospero speaks, we can put it something like this. Prospero is telling Miranda, everything I do or I have done is for you. You do not know actually who you are and you do not know me. You know me as a poor father who has got a cell, but I am much more than that. Okay, we'll go.